Good morning, everybody. We are going to, once again, for this meeting, begin with the LDC meeting, the Local Development Corporation meeting, but I would suggest that for future meetings, we go back to our normal agenda of having the IDA first, just to give everybody notice. So Jasmine, could you please take a roll call for the attendance of board members?
Cindy,
Here.
Mark Doyle, Kathy Bauer.
Hold on a
Here.
sec, I didn't hear Mark.
Oh, Mark has to have his camera on if he's here in order to,
Mark, can you turn, well, nobody's.
is on.
Mark, are you here? Okay, as of right now, Mark is not here. Okay.
Kathy Bauer.
Here.
Amy Bondieri.
Here.
Jamie Picone.
Here.
Don Sagliano.
Here.
Al Turjani.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Just a conflict of interest disclosure. If anybody on the board has a conflict with any of the projects coming before us, in this case, Tompkins Terrace Housing, I would ask that you state that conflict now. Okay, I don't hear any, but if there is one during the meeting, please let us know. I'd like to note that Mark Doyle has joined us. Mark is joining us remote, but because we have a quorum in person, Mark is able to participate, including voting. Okay, Sarah, is the proof of meeting notice was posted?
Yes.
Good. Bills and communications, are there any? Approval of minutes of June 14th. The minutes were distributed to everybody. Did anybody have any changes or amendments to them? Okay, if not, could I get a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Kathy. Could we get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Al. Jasmine, would you please take a vote?
Kathy Bauer.
Approved.
Amy Bondieri.
Approved.
Jamie Picone.
Approved.
Don Sagliano.
Approved.
Al Turjani.
Approved.
Mark Doyle.
Approved.
Approved. All right, report of the treasurer.
Yes, looking at the balance sheet, we have cash of $2.8 million. Nothing else really that stands out on the balance sheet out of the norm. Looking at the P&L, we have total income of $458,000 to a budget of $926,000. Right now unfavorable to budget by $459,000. We have a total expenses of $558,000 to a budget of $1,273,000. So right now we're favorable by $715,000. We have a net loss of $90,000 to a budgeted net loss of $347,000. So right now we're looking favorable to budget by $347,000.
While we're on the subject, I just wanted to remind everybody that as far as checks being written by both the IDA and the LDC, James does submit those. Oh,
Where is that plugged into?
Jane does submit those check requests to me, and I review them, and I use DocuSign or RSign to send them back. And as an example, this month there was a payment to Cricket Valley, transfer of payments. And also there were some payments for DCI, other people like that. So we do have some checks and balances in place to make sure that there's more than one set of eyes. Any questions for Jane about the financial report? Okay, we don't need approval of that. Is there any reported committees?
No.
Okay, unfinished business.
None.
Okay, new business, consideration of approval of a bond resolution, and this is the final resolution for the issuance of LDC taxes and bonds for Tompkins Terrace. And I will remind everybody that this is both a matter before the LDC and the IDA because of how the funding is being set up for this. So we will have a separate discussion under the IDA on the sales tax exemptions. Sure. We're gonna let those folks in. Morning. Okay, so yeah, Justin is here. Justin Glenda, representing Related Affordable. I would assume that Barry and Alex and Sam are online at this point. This is the matter that came before us over the last couple of meetings, and I think last meeting there was quite a bit of clarification, and I detected a much better, I think, understanding by everybody about this project, but we've now had public hearings and public comments. Does anybody in the board have any questions about the bond resolution that's before us? It is the final bond resolution. Yes.
So the public hearing for the bond resolution was last night at the City Hall in Beacon. There were no public members from the public that attended the public hearing. We did receive written comments, which were then forwarded to the board for your review.
And I know that I personally read them. I'm assuming that everybody else on the board saw them as well. Okay, once again, is there any questions or concerns by anybody on the board about the bond resolution? Okay, hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Jamie, could I get a second? Al, thank you very much. Okay, Jasmine, would you take a vote on this bond resolution?
Amy Bondieri. Approved. James O'Cohen.
Approved.
Ron Tagliano.
Approved.
Al Dorjani.
Approved.
Mark Doyle.
Approved.
Kathy Bauer.
Approved.
Tim Dean.
Approved. Okay, that matter passes. Is there any other matters that need to come before the LDC?
No, not at this time.
Okay, I'm going to adjourn the LDC meeting.
May I make just a quick comment?
Yes, Mark.
I think that I made a mistake in voting for the minutes since I didn't attend that last meeting, so perhaps we could make an adjustment.
Don, just to be clear, does somebody have to have been present at the meeting to approve the minutes at a future meeting?
No, they could,
Yeah,
they can,
it's okay.
you can vote on, you can review it and.
Yes,
and find-
as long as you're comfortable.
Raise them, that's okay.
Right, there's no requirement that you have to abstain because you didn't attend that meeting.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you.
All right, I'm going to adjourn the LDC meeting.